Daisaku Ikeda was born in 1928, the fifth of 8 children. His 4 older brothers, one after another, were all sent to the battlefields of World War II. Though there was a militaristic fervor to the times, Daisaku couldn't erase the words of his brother Kiichi. During a brief visit home from the war, he said,
戦争に栄光なんてものはない。お前だけがここに残ってお父さんとお母さんを守るんだな。よろしく頼んだぞ。
An intensive air raid devastated the area of Tokyo where the Ikeda family lived. They would have to evacuate, their homes sacrificed to prevent the spread of fires. Homeless, they had no choice but to move all of their belongings to an air raid shelter. On August 6, 1945, a B-29 superfortress named Enola Gay dropped a nuclear bomb on the southern city of Hiroshima. At least 45,000 people died in a single day. 3 days later, on August 9th, another atomic bomb was dropped on the city of Nagasaki. At least 30,000 people died that day. 226,000 people died as a result of the atomic bombs used on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. On August 15th, Imperial Japan announced its surrender, bringing World War II to an end. One by one, Daisaku's 3 elder brothers returned home from war, noticeably changed. Still, there was no sign of Kiichi. It was the spring of 1947. 2 years had passed since the end of the war. We got the news on May 30th. An aged government official stopped by with a letter. An official regret to inform you announcement reported that Kiichi had died in Burma on January 11, 1945 at the age of 26. One of my brothers went to pick up his remains. I couldn't bear to look at Mother as she stood clasping to her breast the small white box, all that was left of Kiichi. My stout-hearted mother, who always tried to be so cheerful, plunged headlong into tears at the news of Kiichi's death. Nothing is more barbarous than war. Nothing is more cruel. Among the few who staunchly opposed and stood up to the Japanese government during their wartime oppression were Tsunesaburo Makaguchi and Josei Toda, the first and second presidents of the Buddhist peace movement, the Soka Gakkai. After months of being monitored and harassed by the militarist government without being swayed one bit, never altering their conduct, Makaguchi and Toda were imprisoned as thought criminals. Neither Makaguchi nor Toda would yield. Makaguchi would die of malnutrition in prison in November 1944. While in prison, Toda resolutely chanted Nam Myoho Renge Kyo and studied the Lotus Sutra, pondering the essential meaning of various passages. Based on his single-minded efforts to protect his mentor and his forbearance to endure persecution on behalf of truth and justice, Toda came to the great realization that the Buddha is life itself. Herein lies the essence of the life-affirming philosophy of Nichiren Buddhism. Near the second anniversary of the end of the war, a friend from my grade school days stopped by. He told me of a meeting about a life philosophy and asked whether I'd be interested in going. I was interested, We made a date for August 14th. The young Daisaku Ikeda attended what turned out to be a Soka Gakkai Buddhist lecture given by Josei Toda. The disillusioned youth could sense the incredible conviction and hope coming from Mr. Toda's life. When he heard Mr. Toda had went to prison for opposing the war, Daisaku Ikeda decided to give Buddhism an earnest try and take Mr. Toda as his mentor.
当然もう宗教の人だから絶対宗教の人じゃないしかし本当の宗教は生きるためから社会に貢献するため平和のため幸福のため人のためになるためこれが本当の宗教であるということをただ情勢から私はただ前回との私は
From Toda, Daisaku learned the Buddha is not an otherworldly being on a mountaintop or distant horizon. The Buddha is an expression of our lives. It is the inherent beauty and power of each life and its potential for compassion, courage, and wisdom. This is the Buddha. The Buddha is a lion of justice.